In Minority Affairs, Minister Kiren Rijiju has visited Ajmer Sharif Dargah to offer a Chadar and seek prayers for peace and compassion across the world. On behalf of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, I'm Uday Pratap Singh. You're watching NewsX. That's our big focus this hour. The visit is significant as it comes during the Dargah's Urs celebration, which draws lakhs of pilgrims. The festival lasts about 6 to 9 days in the Islamic month of Rajab, with rituals like flag hoisting to start things off, nightly qawwalis, lighting of lamps, recitation of the Quran and huge community feasts, also known as Badi Deg Langars. It celebrates the death anniversary of Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti. Prime Minister Modi has been sending a ceremonial Chadar to the Ajmer Sharif Dargah every year during the Urs festival since he took office in 2014. Joining us now live is Haji Syed Salman Chishti, Gaddi Nashin, Ajmer Dargah. Thank you for being with us today. Can you help us understand this practice of offering Chadar to the Dargah, sir?
Adab, salam, greeting of peace with lots of blessings and prayers from Ajmer Dargah Sharif. This is Haji Syed Salman Chishti, Gaddi Nashin Dargah Ajmer Sharif and Chairman Chishti Foundation. First of all, we would like to extend our greetings of peace and blessings from Ajmer Dargah Sharif on behalf of the 814th annual Urs Mubarak, which is just started today on the 1st of Rajab. An offering of sacred ghilaf, which is the covering of the Mazar-e-Aqdas, has been practiced since time immemorial at the dargahs across the world. And in Ajmer Sharif from last 800 years, during the Urs Mubarak, the ghilafs are being offered from different parts of India, various Sufi khanqahs, and various persons of importance and person who have devotion and dedication towards Ajmer Dargah Sharif and part of the Chishti Sufi order.
What does it mean to the Dargah and India when the Prime Minister of the country offers Chadar to the Ajmer Sharif?
I think it's a great gesture of unity in diversity, cherishing and celebrating it. And this has been the practice since 1947, yes, that the Prime Ministers of India, whoever they have been, they have sent a message, a letter of peace and gratitude and cherishing the spiritual ethos of and the spiritual civilizational values of India, and when they and also offering of the ghilaf, the Chadar Mubarak, to honor the saint at the Urs Mubarak. So this has been a continuous practice, and it is a great gesture which really unite people from all faith and sends a message, because when the head of state is sending a letter of peace and the gesture and the offering of the Chadar, it's on behalf of 1.4 billion Indians.
Absolutely. What message has Prime Minister Modi given Ajmer Sharif when he's offered this Chadar previously?
From last 11 years, Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi have been sending the Chadar Sharif along with the letter of peace, and the message has always been reasserting the values and the civilizational as well as spiritual composition of India and the Indic civilization. The rishis, the munis, the yogis, the Sufi saints and the gurus from Kashmir to Kanyakumari really holds the spiritual ethos of India. And that's the message that has been reinstated time and again through the message to the people of India. And when during the Urs Mubarak, we have over 1 million seeking hearts coming together from all faith to Ajmer Dargah Sharif. And when this message is shared with them and through across India and beyond, of course, when the message comes from the Prime Minister, it's not only within India, but around the world, the message goes, what India stands for, celebrating and cherishing the unity and diversity. So the message always talks about the sacred spiritual traditions of India, how the message of Khwaja Garib Nawaz, which is love towards all, malice towards none, muhabbat sabse aur nafrat kisi se nahi. When this is shared across India and through the message and the letter that comes from the Prime Minister's office, I think that's a great gesture, and it always holds cherish the unity and diversity of India.
Okay. Let me in fact quickly also ask you then, Syed Chishti, about why non-Hindus also offer Chadar to the Ajmer Sharif. What is this practice as well, if you can tell us about
it? Ajmer Sharif is a place which welcomes all people beyond the faith, as today even Honorable Minister Kiren has mentioned about his experience, that how he felt at peace when he is inside the Dargah Sharif, where he see people from all faith, Hindu, Christian, Muslim, Sikhs, Parsi, Bodh. Everybody comes here and pay their respect here. So Dargah Sharif has always welcomed from people from all faith, and honored the people from all faith. As we have been taught from childhood, never ask anybody's name, religion, nationality, or language where they come from. Just ask one question if you have to: how can we serve you? It's serving with unconditional love. That's the principle and the message of Ajmer Dargah Sharif, which has always stood by. We welcome everybody, and also the langar that we serve in the Dargah Ajmer Sharif is pure vegetarian since last 800 years, and that's welcoming everybody and serving with unconditional love.
Also, does this offering of Chadar prove, you believe, and once again reinforce Prime Minister Modi's belief in Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, that it means much more to him than just a slogan?
Absolutely, when honoring Ajmer Sharif Lagi, which has been done since 1947 by all the Prime Ministers, and Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji has continued that tradition since 2014 and till now. I think that's a great gesture. It's really affirmed that he holds the sacred traditions of India from Kashmir to Kanyakumari together, and which cherish and celebrate unity in diversity. And Ajmer Sharif is one place from last 800 years, which has been really a living example of celebrating unity in diversity, anekta mein ekta, which really the Indic civilizational values of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. I think that's very important to be reflected in the Prime Minister Modi's message.
Now, when you see a Hindu, though, let me quickly ask you a question on our neighboring country. When you see a Hindu being lynched openly in Bangladesh, how important is it that Indian Muslims also vociferously condemn these radicals?
We have extremely condemned these violence which has been taking place in Bangladesh, which is really, really, we could say that it's really collective voice, not only from India but around the world. They should condemn these atrocity on our Hindu brothers and sisters, which has been unfolded. It's unfortunate that is happening in our neighborhood, and we have always condemned such act of atrocities, violence, and senseless, mindless, this spree which has been damaging and disturbing the value of humanity as one family.
All right, appreciate you joining us, Syed Salman Chishti, with your perspective on this big story. Let me also bring in our Major Mohammad Ali Shah, defense expert, also with us live. Tahir Hassan, activist, Shamshavi Shrine, advocate, Supreme Court, also joins us live. Firoz Bakht Ahmed, former VC, Maulana Azad University, is also with us on the broadcast. Firoz Ahmed, how do you view this gesture by Prime Minister Modi during the auspicious Urs festival?
Yes, Uday Pratap, thank you for taking me in. In fact, this is a very friendly gesture, a spiritual gesture. It is a gesture which conveys the feelings of not only 150 crore Indians, together. It also conveys the gesture of spirituality, humanity, and philanthropy of India. That is the spirit of India. And you were asking Salman Chishti Sahab, who has rightly stated that this is a gesture of, this is an ethos of love. Love which actually takes all the people together. And let me give the this message of Prime Minister in a symbolic couplet, which says, "Bharat pe mere रहमते परवरदिगार है, कृपा प्रभु राम की कान्हा का प्यार है." This is how Hindus and Muslims, Sikhs, Jews, and all the communities in India have gelled well like sugar and milk. Right? And as far as these dargahs are concerned, these are also symbols of interfaith bonding, and these dargahs cement the love between all the communities, above politics, above any or every kind of friction which actually takes place amongst people because of dirt and filth of politics. However, I congratulate the minister, Mr. Rijiju, Minister of Minorities, as well as the Prime Minister for this gesture, because we are all with the Prime Minister, and you have rightly conveyed, you have said this also symbolizes सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका प्रयास, right? So, and in fact, you also talked about Bangladesh. I think this is something which is intolerable, which is to be put down by all means. And what I feel is that all the so-called Indian Muslim leaders who represent the so-called secular parties, they should come onto the streets. If not onto the streets, at least they should send their messages through channels like yours and many others, that whatever is happening against the Hindu brethren in Bangladesh, it must not happen. And India should also take a note of that very sternly. So anyway, we are talking about love and peace and the sending of this dargah, which is a symbol of brotherhood and amity. And finally, the last message of Prime Minister, according to me, the ABCD of that message is: A, amity for animosity; B, brotherhood for barbarism; C, compassion for cruelty; and finally,
And this is
dialogue for
tradition. This is tradition, Major Shah. And the Prime Minister, of course, is continuing that tradition. But this gesture, of course, says a lot as well. What is the significance of this gesture, according to you? And how special are these moments of sending chadars during Urs?
Oh, they definitely symbolizes the secular ethos of our country and the values as a Hindustani, that what we all respect each other's religion, in fact. The 814th UDS annual festival, in fact, I would call it, where Union Minister for Minority Affairs, Kiren, where he arrived in Ajmer carrying the chadar sent by the Prime Minister and formally presented it to the Dargah. Now, after offering the chadar, the Union Minister also is scheduled to read out the Prime Minister's message. In fact, that was the report earlier. So when he read out the message at the Buland Darwaza, in view of the security arrangement, police were called. But this is a very good message, extremely good message, exemplary, I would say. Now, also at the Circuit House, where Kiran Raju said that the chadar symbolized the Prime Minister and the government's collective sentiment message of the collective sentiments of the country. Referring to the Prime Minister's message, he stated that the presence itself conveyed the message, and he further added that whatever he addressed would reflect the Prime Minister's thoughts. Very, very big statement, a very responsible statement to make. That whatever he was representing the Prime Minister there. Now, at the same time, also there, I would also like to highlight a separate chadar was also offered on behalf of the Union Minister and Lok Shakti Party, Ramvilas, and National President Chirag Paswan. The chadar was presented by the National General Secretary Mohammad Sabir. So most certainly when the Prime Minister had sent a chadar to the Ajmer Sharif Dargah, it's a tradition, no doubt. It sends across a very, very good, very, very fine and a very secular message over there. And the very factor, and one question that you asked, Salman Saab, how do you feel as a Muslim when you see a Hindu getting lynched in Bangladesh? Extremely terrible, terrible over there. I mean, this is something to be condemned, not just condemned, but action should be taken. And I immediately, same day, midnight, I couldn't get sleep. I made a video on my YouTube channel and that had gone viral, and I condemned it wholeheartedly. There have been Muslim bodies from the country who have condemned such heroic acts, in fact. So, see, as a Muslim, when you respect the other religion, you get respect back. It's as simple as that. So now, whatever the activities happening in Bangladesh, the ripple effect does come in anywhere. So most certainly what the Prime Minister has done is something which we all respect, and it's very, very dear. It has touched all our hearts over there.
Okay. Let me, in fact, quickly also bring in Tahira Hassan at this point. Tahira Hassan, this also, of course, shows the ethos of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, translating into reality as well, showing that Prime Minister means all of this, not as mere slogans, but as actual practice.
Yes, of course, it is a positive gesture of Prime Minister that is offering the chadar on Ajmer Dargah Sharif. It is a long-standing tradition. This is not the first time any Prime Minister is offering chadar. I don't know why there is so much hue and cry. Of course, it's a positive gesture, and it shows that this first step of the Prime Minister promotes love, brotherhood, compassion, and it should be welcomed. And the other thing is this: Sufis have no religion. Their religion is humanity, love. They spread only love and humanity. So the all religion, irrespective to caste and creed, all gender, all go to the Dargah Sharif. They all have faith in them. All are welcomed on Dargah. So I think that this is a positive gesture. But why, I'm again saying, why this much hue and cry, why the controversy on this? Because, where are we heading? Why we are growing so intolerant? This is also question, serious question. What's wrong in offering Chadar on Dargah Sharif, Ajmer Dargah Sharif? Because we all know Sant and Sufis, they spread only love and brotherhood. And this, the largest democracy, is run by the constitution. The spirit of constitution is also humanity and inclusiveness, unity in diversity. So what's happening there on Dargahs? The people of all walk of life, all caste and creed and religion and gender, they go there to offer their respect and get peace there. So I think it is a very good gesture by the Prime Minister, should be welcome. And the other thing is, you're talking about the violence. I say I condemn in strong words violence in any part of the world, and it should be condemned because it is assault on the humanity. No one should be killed. Killing cannot be justified anywhere in the world.
Let me also, in fact, quickly bring in Shamshavi Shrine as well. Shamshavi Shrine. This, of course, is a very nice moment as we see these visuals, of course, from earlier in the day. Spiritually, how significant is the Urs in Ajmer, Shamshavish, and Prime Minister Modi also continuing this tradition. What does it speak to you about?
It is a very good gesture that he has been continuing since it has been told that since beginning, all the prime ministers who have been the prime minister, they have been offering the chadar. So this is a very good gesture that happened. But it is very unfortunate to see that it's not the Muslims this time who are opposing or who have a problem with this. It is someone from the Hindu community only. Some person from Hindu Sena who had filed a matter in the Supreme Court seeking a urgent hearing in the matter today, wherein the court said that no, you have to come on 26th after proper process of the filing and all. So this is very sad to see that someone from other community also is having problems, since it is a place where offering a chadar means that I am respecting your religion. It's nothing but a form of respect. So this is a very good gesture that the Prime Minister did, and anyone from any community should not be having any problem towards it, because this is if this is the process that has been going on from many years, be it offering a chadar to a Muslim shrine, or any other kind of a respect to a Sikh community or a Christian community. It is good. It always reflects that the government, the country, it respects all the religions, and they send a strong message to the world also that we all are together over here. It's not that we are divided in any form, wherein the international media keeps on showing that there are internal differences here in India. But these kind of gestures truly show that India is united within, and the outer power have no power to break us from inside. Over to you.
Yes. Now, of course, clearly these gestures say a lot. And at the end of the day, of course, if I can quickly draw you back in here, Major Mohammad Ali Shah, show us as well why, of course, the BJP slogan of Sabka Saath Sabka Vikas is not just a slogan, but is actually seen in practice by the government.
Uday, when the Prime Minister came to power in 2014, he said, Sabko saath lekar chalenge. As you rightly said, Sabka saath, Sabka vikas, Sabka. So everyone together, the country has to function together. And I think that's very, very good leadership. It's when you take everyone, when you carry everyone together, in fact. So it shows the strength of a country. There are five fingers over there. Five fingers: Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Christian, Parsi. I mean, they are different. And when you clench the fist, it becomes a fist. And that's takat, that's strength, that's Josh. We all united, we stand. Divided, we fall. So most certainly, it's a very, very good gesture. And also the Union Minister Kiren Raju, along with Bhagirath Chaudhary, in fact, as the Minister, and Suresh Rawat, and other public representatives, they had reached the Mehfil Khana. They offered a chadar and prayed for peace, harmony, tranquility, and the brotherhood across the nation. So when you pray for brotherhood across the nation, where should there be a problem? I mean, why should anyone have a problem with that? And as Taira Hassan rightly said, Sufis have no religion. You can't say Sufis from the Islam. Sufi means humanity. You promote love, brotherhood. You are there. You are for all religions together. So most certainly, it's a very human gesture, I would say. And on behalf of the Dargah administration, the son of the Dargah Diwan, Nasruddin Chishti, they welcomed the dignitaries and they extended greetings on the occasion of the Odes. So most certainly, Uday, I mean, when a festivity like the Odes is happening, most certainly it is a very, that to 814th Odes. So you can imagine since when, kab se chala aa raha hai ye. So most certainly it's a very, very good gesture. And I think it is, we have once again conveyed a message loud and clear that India is very, very secular. The best country for the minorities is India. Look at what's happening in minorities in Pakistan, in Afghanistan, in China, in Bangladesh, in fact, for that matter, in Iran. There's so many countries. So we should be grateful that we get a fair chance and everyone is fair with us in India.
All right. My thanks to all of our guests for joining us on this discussion. Let's slip into a short break.